Hello and welcome. This is Dr. Tich Tanyanyiwa, founder of Faithland Publishers. I'm so excited to have in studio with me today an amazing woman that we will introduce shortly. But I want to encourage you, books are powerful tools that can change any generation. Books carry secrets that could transform lives, equip people for success, bring pain, hurt, transformation, healing, restoration. And in this case, we're going to be talking to a woman who has given birth to an amazing book that I believe will bring healing and restoration to our generation. Would you help me welcome in studio Myrtle Gray? Mrs. Myrtle Gray, an amazing woman of God who's been on a very amazing journey, and she's going to let us in on her journey through a book that she has called The Fatherless Daughter. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. The way you said The Fatherless Daughter, and immediately I felt this thing over me like, for the fatherless daughter. I'm God's daughter. Yes, my biological father, yes, I'm fatherless in that sense, but the Holy Spirit just came over me like, I'm here, my daughter, I'm here for you today.
Wow.
In this interview, I'm not fatherless. I'm not fatherless.
Amazing.
I'm not fatherless.
So talking about you just a little bit, she is a mom. How many kids? 10, 15?
Three beautiful daughters.
Three.
Three beautiful daughters. I'm a nana, a gogo, Giovanna, my granddaughter, she's now turning 4 in May, and 3 beautiful daughters, a granddaughter and a wife, my husband, of course 10 sons in one. Everybody knows that one husband equals 10 sons. I love him to bits. My God sent gift, and entrepreneur. I'm now an author, writing this beautiful book, getting it out there to heal some of our daughters of the world. And yes, and I'm an actress, on and off camera actress, aspiring actress, and that's me.
So I see the passion connecting with everything you're saying. Life coach, entrepreneur.
Life coach, yes. Certified life coach,
entrepreneur, author, storyteller. So the passion is telling stories and reaching out to the world.
Telling stories, reaching out to the world, telling stories, telling my story first. The rest of the stories are still coming, but telling my story to the world in hope, and I believe that I was in my book I write that I believe that I was born to be God's now modern day living testimony, right? Mm-hmm. I respect the Ruth, I respect the Naomi, I respect the Jezebel, I respect everybody in the Bible.
Yeah.
But I believe that I am, and I'm fulfilling my duty. I am just stepping out now to become this woman that God has brought me to. He's brought me to earth to become this woman. His modern day testimony, and therefore I'm writing this book in hope to tell people and to glorify God's name, what He's done for me over the years as a fatherless daughter, and He can do the same for you.
Wow, amazing. So you are on set right now with Myrtle Gray, an amazing author, and we're going to look into a little bit about a book. So we're going to run 3 series just to help you dig in and begin to understand both the author and the book. And I want to encourage you. I've been through the book as we're working on publishing it, and I can tell you it is a masterpiece, looking deep into the pain, the hurt, the victories, the disappointments, the frustrations, the fears that we all go through as we rise up as children in different homes, more so for what they would call the girl child, what you experience and everything that goes along with the fears of being a woman in an insecure environment. All of this on this particular show as we look at the fatherless child. Well, let's get into a couple of questions. What led you to writing a book?
I could not bear the thought of me going through all of this, and God being so merciful and so grateful. God has been so good to me. I cannot not write this book and tell the world about it. I cannot go down in my coffin with this knowledge, with this wisdom, with everything that God has drilled me, trained me for 45 years, and for me to go down with all that knowledge, with all of His glory, all of this big testimony of mine, glorifying his name. I cannot go down into earth with that. So I decided I am going to tell. I've actually been writing my book for the past, my memoirs for the past 15 years, and the very first book was supposed to come out just before I turned 50, but the unfortunate happened. My father passed away 2 years ago, and I decided, let me write the very first book. In fact, the book was not even supposed to be The Fatherless Daughter. It wasn't supposed to be called The Fatherless Daughter. It was supposed to be a letter to my father, telling my father how much I love him, and it's okay, I forgive him. It's okay, I forgive him, it's okay, I understand he doesn't know how to. Because maybe he never knew. He never knew, he wasn't sure how to. It all came as a surprise to him too, me meeting him for the first time. And I'm sure he was shocked, and I have no right to judge him. I'm not authorized to judge my father. And the book was supposed to be a letter to my father telling him, it's okay, I forgive you, please forgive yourself, let it go. And unfortunately I couldn't write that letter to my father, and I decided to write The Fatherless Daughter, to bring awareness to the impact that an invisible father or a fatherless daughter, an absent father bring to a daughter, the impact it has on a daughter.
So I'm hearing a whole lot of things. The deep emotion that is being expressed here. I'm also hearing the element of forgiveness. I'm hearing the element of healing and restoration. Perhaps there could be somebody out there going through a similar. Maybe tell us a little bit about this meeting that you had with your father, and why did it happen at that point? Why did you not grow up with your father? What was the scenario? Then I'll connect that with the emotions and the feelings and the pain, because there could be somebody watching right now who's saying, I wish I could write a letter to my father. I wish I could forgive my father. I wish I could let go of the pain of what I went through. So let us in a little bit on Myrtle's story.
Sure. Well, I met my father accidentally, right? And at the age of 15, I'm sure that it was said to say, it was in my blueprint written by God that I was supposed to meet him that time of my life, a vulnerable age of 15. And I never knew that there was, like I say in my book, maybe in my small little tiny soul, I knew that I had a physical, a biological father, because I'm sure everybody must have a father. No one just comes to earth without a biological father. But it never crossed my mind. But I met him accidentally, and the day we met, when we made contact for the first time, something changed in me. That very moment, something changed in me. I felt. I'm not sure what I felt. I felt hopeful. I felt scared. I felt confused. I didn't know what to make of it. I honestly didn't know what to make of me meeting this person that looks just like me. And my father, I'm sure he was so shocked. He also didn't know what to do with this little mini him in front of him. That day was the most awkward day of my life. It's still blurry. I can't tell you.
So it was a culmination of all the deep emotions, deep feelings of having grown up thinking, I don't have a father, but I know I have a father, because to be born I have a father somewhere, but I don't know who he is, I don't know what he looks like, and I don't know what it's going to be like when I meet him. But also the pain of, why is he not there for me? Then the pain of, why did he leave my mom? Why was he not there for us? And all of this was happening all at once in this encounter.
Not in that specific encounter, not in that day. Like I said, that specific day was so blurry. It all happened afterwards, the aftermath. After the next day he took me to my mom's house, and then all of a sudden everything, my whole life just crashed right there. I met my father the 1 second, and then the next second I lost my father. Because even after I met him, I never had a father anyway. He never played the role that I was thinking, okay, fine, now he's going to play that father role. He's never played that role. And that is what hurt me over the years. That is what hurt me most. Because now I know I have a father. Now I'm hunting him down. Now I want him. I want everything of him. But I cannot have it because he's not allowing. He doesn't know how to. And this is what really, really got me. How can I have my father that I never knew about, and now all of a sudden he's not even he's my father by name, but he cannot be my
even
father.
function. He couldn't function as a father.
Wow. That is what really, really, really hurt me the most. And the day when they phoned me and said he's passed on, I was like, damn, this can't happen, because we haven't even had a conversation.
Wow.
We have not even had a conversation about what, the why, the when, the how, before he passed on, I was thinking, I'm going to write this book, and I'm going to write a letter to him telling him it's okay. It's okay. Maybe I will then help him to open up, because maybe he doesn't know how to open up to me. I took it upon myself. Maybe because I'm the child that came and messed up his world, because he was a married man when my mom conceived me. And now I come into his life again 15 years later, messing up his new life with his new wife, his children, his beautiful life. And I just felt so guilty, like why did I even meet him? I messed up a family. So I took it upon myself. I was like, I have to apologize to my father. I have to tell my father, sorry, and it's okay. I forgive you. In case you don't know how, in case you do not know how to ask me for forgiveness, or maybe you don't even want to ask me for forgiveness, I need to know: are you upset with me? Are you upset with me?
Wow.
Or don't you know how to ask for forgiveness, or don't you know how to be a father? But I couldn't.
Wow.
I still don't know.
That's deep. We're going to come back after the break, but I want you to know that you can find healing. Myrtle has written this book with you in mind. You can get healing, you can get restoration. You could be going through the same feelings, emotions, confusions, frustrations, disappointments that she went through. But because she experienced healing, so can you. So join us after the break and hear this announcement about how you can get the book. In a world that is filled with pain, disappointment, frustration, broken hearts, broken relationships, dreams shattered, pain unending, Myrtle Gray has written an amazing book that is designed to equip you with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding on how to step out and step up into your destiny. This book is loaded with principles, personal experiences, and wisdom that will enable the reader to rediscover who they really are and find solutions that will bring happiness. Go to our website right now, stepoutandstepup.co.za, and order this amazing book, Fatherless Daughter, a book that will take you on a journey to rediscovering happiness, meaningful relationships, fulfillment, contentment, peace in a troubled world. Welcome back. This is Dr. Tich Tanyanyiwa in studio with Myrtle Gray, the author of The Fatherless Daughter, an amazing book and a story that we believe will change your life forever. We've already been discussing a couple of things about why the book, and she went into quite a bit of detail and some emotion about the story, because this is real. This is bringing out her personal life and her personal story to us. Now let's ask a couple more questions. How was the journey? How has the journey been in terms of writing the book? What were you feeling? What were you experiencing?
Experiencing, reliving. That's what happened. I relived. I mean, for the past 15 years, I've been reliving, writing my memoirs. And so many things I've written down that's not even in the book, because I can't bring myself to write more raw, because what's in the book is so raw. It's my raw emotions. It's the truth. It's my truth that I'm sharing with the world. But during the time, the experience, writing, the papers I wrote on, some of them got wet because I could never cry, and 2 years ago I started sobbing, I started crying. You read about that in the book. So whilst writing the final manuscript for the Fatherless Daughter, it really brought so much emotions, where I started feeling like I shouldn't write this book. I mustn't. This is going to hurt so many people, because it's hurting me so much. What is it going to do to other little girls? I don't want to. Maybe there's women my age or older that's gone through the same thing. I don't want to bring back their emotions. Maybe they're healed already, or maybe they're good where they're at now. Maybe they've made peace with it, or maybe they said, I'm letting it go. And now I come with this book, and I'm scratching on people's sores, which they covered with plasters. So the reason why I'm writing this book is to make sure that you do not wear that plaster anymore, because it's going to come for you. The hurt comes. My truth came knocking at my door in my late 30s, and I didn't know it was going to hit so hard, because what I did over the years, I put it all under the carpet. I suppressed, thinking that I'll be good. I've got a good husband, I've got good children, I do not need anyone else in my life, I do not need this and this and this. And what I didn't know is that everything under the carpet over the past years, it became muddy, it became stuffy, it became stinky, it became rotten. And do I want my daughters to be under that carpet? Because they came with me, they're under my carpet. Do I want them under the generational carpet of my family? Do I want them under that carpet? Because I'm pulling myself out from underneath my generational carpet, the mud, the stinkiness, the dirt, right? Am I going to let my children live under that carpet too? Am I going to start my own carpet? So this is part of me this book is part of me pulling myself out from underneath the generational carpet. I cannot let my daughters be there, so I'll start my own little carpet. Not to say that my carpet will not have dirt. It will have dirt, but I will have options and choices to vacuum it on a regular basis as I go about in life.
Amazing. So you're saying there was some therapy and healing that took place while writing the book. So do you think, speak to some person out there who's watching right now, who may have gone through something similar, and they're saying to themselves, I want to get healing. Do you think writing a letter to a mom, to a dad, to a husband, to a wife, to a relative, a friend, somebody that hurt you, somebody that you want to forgive, do you think that could facilitate or aid in the process of them getting healed?
Aid? Definitely. And also writing to yourself, writing a letter to yourself, writing, what I do, journaling. Most women now, we do journaling. In the olden days, our people never knew it. They didn't know. I can just imagine what my mother had to go through. Probably still sitting, probably still stuck with all those emotions. Never had the guts, or never had the opportunity to tell her story, or to tell her mom or her dad or her uncle, because back in the days we were told to keep shut. And I was told to keep shut back in the days. This is why my story is only coming to the surface now. And so to the one that's listening, that if you feel stuck and you feel that you can relate, you resonate with what I just said now about the book, the healing process, or that, I honestly think that do not shy away from your meditation. Do not shy away from your prayer. You know what? We've got to put God first. We've got to speak to Him. You know what? God, I had fights over and over with God, telling Him, God, what are you doing? Why must I write this? Why you put me through all of that, and now I must do this? People are going to stone me for telling my truth. Some people are going to stone me. Some people are going to love me. Some people are going to heal. And then He said to me, my daughter, have I ever let you down? So please, whatever you do, go. For 45 years, I've been through the valley of death and back. So for 45 years, He's been my protector. So I can speak to Him. I'm not a fatherless daughter. I am not a fatherless daughter. So what, women, I'm telling you, daughter, I'm telling you, you write that letter, or you speak up. You go speak to your elder at church. Speak up. Vomit it out. Silence is a silent killer, not That's cancer. True. Not diabetes, not all these other diseases. All these other diseases comes from silence.
Wow.
Depression, heartache, it comes from silence. Silence is a silent killer. Do not let silence kill you.
That's powerful.
You know?
That's powerful. I think you really need to take note of that. Don't let silence kill you. And earlier on, Myrtle mentioned that she had to bring herself out from under the carpet. I think that's really some very strong nuggets that we need to pick up, because a lot of people are waiting for somebody else to bring them up out of from under the carpet. They're waiting for somebody to facilitate for their healing, but it's you. You've got to say to yourself, I need to get up. I want to get up. I want to take charge of my life. I want my life to be what God intended it to be. So that's so beautiful. Some nuggets that we're picking up.
And yes, we cannot wait for these nuggets. We cannot wait for God to do it for us. God sends his people.
Mm-hmm.
He sends you, Pastor Tish. He sends our physical doctors that can heal us physically. He sends our psychologists, life coaches, whoever, our elders, our social workers. We have everything we need. God did not just create us to come to earth without no resources. There's resources out there. Don't be scared. Break the silence. Go out. Save yourself. Only you can do it. Nobody can do it for you. And you can pray yourself blue in the face. You've got to take action. God has given the resources. It's right here under our noses.
Beautiful. Our last question that I'd like to ask today. You made yourself very vulnerable in the book, and you opened up a lot of emotions, feeling, very personal, intimate experiences. Do you feel you went too far in there?
Like I mentioned earlier on, there was a point, I changed the manuscript so many times. So some things I took out because I think I went too far. And some things I like put back, and because remember, I also don't want to hurt my family. I don't want them to think that I'm getting back at them or getting back at my mom or my dad or anybody for that matter. This is not my intention. My sole intention here is to bring the awareness of the impact that an absent father or invisible father has on a daughter or any child for that matter. This is the objective of the book. What was the question again? Sorry?
I would say, do you think you went too far, making yourself vulnerable and bringing out all the detail?
I think I went a little far, but that also with help. A bit. But okay. That will come in volume 2, in book 2.
I love that.
That will
volume 2.
That will, most of the, yeah. So
okay.
Volume 2, book 2, that will come out. But yes, I did. And I'm proud of myself. I must say, I'm extremely proud of myself. And yes, someone asked me yesterday, so I'm just scared that your family is going to turn against you. They're going to write you off and all this. I've been stoned. It happens. It happens in all. I'm not a special case. I'm not the only one with a story. This happens to so many women. And I am taking this chance of telling my story to help heal other women and children. So really, come at me, throw me with all those stones and bricks. I will pick them up. I will not throw them back at you. I will pick them up and I'll build this empire that God has born me to build, so I can be one of his havens for vulnerable women out there. So I'm going to pick up those stones and those bricks, and I'm going to build this empire, and I'm going to help other women. It's not what you say,
wow.
It's what God says.
Now that is a nugget and a half. When stones are thrown at you, don't throw them back. Pick them up. Build an empire. I think that's the coaching you now coming out there.
That's the coach.
The coach was coaching us there. Powerful stuff. Now tell us, how do we get in touch with Myrtle? Somebody out there wants the book. Somebody out there wants the coaching. Somebody out there wants a listening ear, wants somebody to talk to. How do they get in touch with Myrtle? Are they able to get in touch with you?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
What I do, if I do have a company called Step Out and Step Up with Myrtle Gray. This is where I take women on a walk, on a hike. This is where I have a program that I do with them on the 5-kilometer hike, and this is where I make them realize that you can step out and then you can step up.
Beautiful. What's your website? Beautiful website, by the way.
www.stepout and fatherless.co.za.
I'd encourage you, go for that walk. That walk, I saw a couple of your shots in the videos and a few testimonies and people that have been on that walk, and I believe it's an amazing journey.
Yes, an amazing journey. And what I do after that walk, if any of them needed to go see a psychologist or life coach, I have this big list of beautiful life coaches waiting to help them. Not only me.
Wow.
I cannot save the whole world. God has placed so many people on this earth to help us. So I am going. I'm taking the front of the line, and I'm stepping out and stepping up with the ladies, and I have a list full of psychologists, life coaches that can help me.
Beautiful. Well, you have the website on the screen there. I'd encourage you, go there right now and go to the website, book a session, book the next walk that the women will be going on, and you're going to have an amazing therapeutic experience of healing, restoration, and freedom. So many women are going through so much pain, so much pressure, whether it's marriage, family, relationships, father-daughter relationships. So much is on your shoulders. But here is an amazing book written by Myrtle to help you go on a journey of healing and restoration. What are your last comments before we close?
Don't ever, you woman, you just don't ever let anybody step over you. You do not let your past define you. You do not let nobody. I was put in a tin of worms that it didn't belong to me. Or should I say the carpet, which I spoke about earlier on, next to the carpet. Get out from underneath that carpet.
Wow.
You are your own person. You are individual. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. You are victorious. You can. And please call me. I'll help you. I'll help you step out from underneath that carpet, and I'll help you step up into the victorious and powerful woman that you are.
Wow. Myrtle Gray, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, you have it from Myrtle herself, the author of The Fatherless Daughter, an amazing book. As we've been working on it, publishing it, it's been an amazing journey. And I can confidently say, as the publisher, this is a story that needs to be told. This is a story that needs to get into your hands, get into your heart, get into the world. We believe that this story is going to bring many to a place of healing, wholeness, and restoration. So get in touch with Myrtle. Go to the website right now. You can begin to pre-order your book even today. You can pre-order, you can pay if you'd like to, and you will have a book signed by Myrtle Gray ready for you on the launch date. We are excited to let you know that the book is coming out, and it's going to be a blessing to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Join us for part 2 and part 3 that will be coming up soon. This is Dr. Tich Tanyanyiwa from Faithland Publishers. God bless you. In a world that is filled with pain, disappointment, frustration, broken hearts, broken relationships, dreams shattered, pain unending, Myrtle Gray has written an amazing book that is designed to equip you with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding on how to step out and step up into your destiny. This book is loaded with principles, personal experiences, and wisdom that will enable the reader to rediscover who they really are and find solutions that will bring happiness. Go to our website right now, stepoutandstepup.co.za, and order this amazing book, Fatherless Daughter, a book that will take you on a journey to rediscovering happiness, meaningful relationships, fulfillment, contentment, peace in a troubled world.